Whew. I just got done cooking a big pot of pasta. Oh, sorry. There we go. I just got done cooking a big pot of pasta and it reminded me, I gotta tell you guys a little story. I didn't always used to be this perfect. When I was a kid, the way that I learned to cook pasta was you had a giant pasta pot dedicated only to pasta, nothing else. You added a pinch of salt and then a little dollop of olive oil. And to test whether it was done, you took one of the noodles out and flung it up against the wall. And I cooked this way for years until one day when I was 8 years old, I learned how to do it the right way. Here's that story. So real quick, let's go through the old method and explain why this was not smart. Because chances are you might be doing this and I'd like to tell you how not smart you are. That sounds terrible. You're stupid, here's why. Number one, I used to use a ton of water. You don't need to, okay? All in all, this is not the worst mistake I ever made as a kid. Okay, large pot of water, not a bad start. That's actually, in the grand scheme of things, not the end of the world. In general, you want enough water so that the pastas have a little swimming room. But unless you're cooking for a firehouse or a football team or, I don't know, me on a cheat day, you don't need a pot dedicated just to heating up pasta water. I cook pasta 4 or 5 times a week and I can't afford to have a pot just for pasta, all right? I live in a tiny Manhattan apartment. The extra 2 square feet it would take to house that pasta pot would cost me, I don't know, an extra 10 grand a month. Although that would be money well spent. Instead of a giant pasta pot, I usually use my pressure cooker or my Dutch oven. Dutch oven. They're large enough to hold pasta and the water and help everything swim around just fine, but they're not so big that they take up a ton of room, and they also pull double, triple, quadruple duty, and they are fantastic. Number 2, there we go, a pinch of salt. Oh, young Anthony, what were you thinking? The whole goal of this is that we want to season the water so the water seasons the pasta. You want every single bite to taste good. Have you ever tasted plain pasta? It's disgusting. It needs a little seasoning. Salt is seasoning. That's all you need. Now, I know in one corner we have the people that say it should taste like the ocean. That's partially me. On the other corner, you have people that say it should never taste like the ocean. Have you tasted the ocean? It's very salty. Okay, I get it. You're right, you're both right. Are they though? In general, I think your pasta water should taste like you think the ocean tastes. So pretty salty, but not like, whew, that's really salty. If you want to measure this, measure out 3 kilograms or 3 liters of water, and then add to that 45 to 60 grams of kosher or sea salt, your choice. Don't use regular iodized salt. That stuff is shit. That's 1.5 to 2% salinity by weight. Just do it once, get your taste buds kind of keyed in. I guarantee you this one step, that's 2. I guarantee you this one step will help make your pasta taste so much better. Number 3, a dollop of olive oil? Come on, ugh. I was thinking that would help lubricate the noodles so they wouldn't stick together. They could all swim freely when they're all just lubed up. I don't know what that was supposed to be. That's what I thought would happen, but in reality, you end up with some sort of like Deepwater Horizon situation on top with this oil slick, and then down below, you've got all the noodles just hanging out. That's oil and water don't mix. Oil goes at top, noodles and pasta water are down here. The two never meet. You know what does help pasta from not sticking to itself? Stirring. That's it. That's really all you need. And honestly, you don't need that much water. When I said 3 liters earlier, that's for an entire pound of pasta. Last but not least, number 4, throwing it against the wall. That's gonna be a hard no from me. I don't know what the idea was here. Whether it's sticky enough, by that time, the noodles are so overcooked, they're mushy, and they are disgusting. All right, here is my 5-point plan to cook perfect pasta every single time. Number 1, heat enough pasta water in a pan, large pan, okay? It doesn't have to be a ton of pasta water. I use about 3 liters for a pound of pasta. Make sure to salt it and bring it to a boil. So that's kind of all in one step. Okay, number 2, we're gonna have a separate pan off to the side just for our sauce. Number 3, actually no, we're gonna cancel the 3rd step. The 4th step, when the pasta is 1 to 2 minutes shy of al dente, that's when we transfer it to the sauce. Now, al dente just means to the tooth. It basically means if you bit into it, the pasta would kind of stick to your teeth, maybe just a little tiny bit. But we're gonna do things a little bit differently. I like to pull out before we're done. And then number 5, we're gonna finish it off with a little bit of pasta water, some butter, cheese, whatever else we need in that sauce. Okay, so gone are the days when you used to just dump the pasta onto a plate, plop some sauce on top, and call it good. We wanna finish it in there because when we add a little bit of pasta water to that sauce and continue cooking, the pasta in the sauce. It helps that flavor get into the noodle, and the extra starch helps everything kind of like get sticky and mushy together. Not mushy in a texture bad way, but mushy in like a creamy way. So really just creamy. So how do we do this? Well, number one, we're gonna stop draining our pasta. I know the standard operating procedures: take your colander, dump your pasta and the water into the colander, drain out that beautiful gold liquid. We're not gonna do that anymore. What we are gonna do is we're gonna take that colander and we're gonna throw it away. It's my least favorite kitchen tool. Dump it, throw it away, wear it as a little hat for Halloween, or space aliens don't get you. Maybe turn it into a satellite dish, that'd be kind of cool. Make a little basket on front of your bike when you're riding around, you got a little colander, that'd be kind of fun. It'd be stupid, because it's still a colander and it's a terrible tool. And instead of that, we're gonna use one of two tools. Tongs, skimmer. We're gonna use tongs to help transfer noodles, like the long noodles, like spaghetti, bucatini, fettuccine, some tagliatelle, pappardelle, and the skimmer is gonna be for the smaller noodles, so like a rigatone, penne, castrezza oh, fusilli, trophy. That way we have all the liquids still in one pot, in the pasta pot, and then we got the sauce going in the second. For instance, in my fettuccine Alfredo recipe, we melt a little bit of butter in the saucepan, transfer the pasta to that pan, add a little bit of pasta water, some cheese, and just keep swirling. And we're gonna cook it over medium-high heat, and we're gonna finish cooking it in that sauce. That way it creates such a perfect, fine emulsion. It is incredible. Even like a pesto pasta. We're gonna warm up the pesto in the separate pan. We're gonna put our pasta in the pesto, and we're gonna add a little bit of water to help everything kind of stick together. That starch is key. It helps bind stuff together. Oh God. Even like a marinara or like a meat sauce, any kind of sauce, we're gonna warm it up, we're gonna cook it over here, add the pasta to that, and we're gonna stir, maybe add a little pasta water. Again, helps everything stick together, binds it. That's gonna be a perfect pasta every single time. All right, my Negroni's out. I need another one. I hope you liked this video. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, don't let me know. Be sure to subscribe up here. I think you can get some more videos over here. I think. I'm still trying to figure all this stuff out. But thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions, drop them in the comment section below. I hope to get to them pretty soon. What else? That's about it. Like and subscribe. That's it. We're gonna keep doing more of these. Happy quarantine. Don't die.